everybody, and welcome back again to Rugby Wrap-Up and this week's version of the Zach Attack, the big play breakdown where Zach Lanning, the legend of Holy Cross Rugby, not named Kevin Swords, breaks down one play in one match for you. Zach, how are you?
I'm doing really well, Matt. Yeah, doing
Nobody
great.
cares. Nobody cares. All they want to hear about is the big play breakdown. Don't you know that by now?
All right, you got it, Matt. Yeah, I did just note right at the top, my vacation shirt is on. I'm on vacation, I guess, just like the USA Eagles went on vacation before they went out to play Ireland this weekend. So the game I'm breaking down this week or previewing is Rugby ATL versus the Utah Warriors. Rugby ATL coming off a bye. They looked pretty strong. They're in first place in the East and looking to hold on to that spot here. So play starts that I want to break down starts with a solid midfield maul from Rugby ATL off a lineout. Hooker Van Rensburg powers his way across the gain line out of the maul to get the Rattlers on the front foot. From there, quick ball out of that ruck from scrum half Rowan Gouws to fly half Bautista Ezcurra gives Atlanta a great opportunity on the outside. And Ezcurra's excellent offload here puts Robbie Petzer into a whole heap of space, and he's able to rumble all the way to Utah's 5-meter line. Now, the Warriors do well to bring Petzer down before the try line and also stop him from offloading the ball. They're also very close here to turning it over due to a lack of support over the ball from Atlanta. But scrum half Gouws makes an excellent individual effort here to quickly get over the ball, and then when he realizes there's another Atlanta player over the ball as well, and that Utah isn't going to counter it all, he disengages and gets the ball to a pot of forwards right off the ruck. So acting there, Matt, in a great support capacity, and then also fulfilling his duties as the scrum half and keeping the offense moving forward quickly. After this crash ball, Gouws makes a great decision to forego a second crash ball with a forward pod and instead finds Ezcurra again behind them. Ezcurra throws a nice skip pass over to flanker Viliami Helu, and Helu finishes things off with some fancy footwork and a reach for the try line. This score put Atlanta ahead 17-7, and they would go on to win the game 41-31, Matt. The Warriors almost making a game of it, a comeback in the end, as they've been accustomed to all season, but the Rattlers were able to hold on for a victory to also hold on to their spot in the top of the East. They looked fresh coming off the bye. They looked very strong. Utah at points, you could tell that they were missing, their 3 stars, but, definitely made a strong game of it. But again, Rugby ATL dominant in this one and really secured their spot as we head into the final week of regular season matches in the MLR.
And I think, Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, but in that Utah loss, they did get a point for scoring 4 tries, and that eliminated Austin because no matter what Austin does next weekend, it won't matter because they can't catch him because of that point, because Austin didn't get a point against LA.
You're right, Matt. Yeah, that's a huge moment for the Warriors to do that, somewhat shorthanded players-wise. And Austin had their opportunities against LA leading in that game as well. But ultimately, the power and star-studded LA backline just too much for the Gilgronis, who had a great season, but now mathematically eliminated, which I'm sure is frustrating for them, as that they played some great rugby late in the season here.
All right, Zach, any other thoughts? I mean, we mentioned at the top of the show, or you mentioned at the top of the show, the Eagles versus Ireland, and everybody's looking at that score and saying, wow, why did we even play that one? But you got to play that one. And if you knew what the United States was coming off, they were coming off of the last match in Tokyo, and then playing really emotionally well in the second half at Twickenham against England.
You're right. I think Ireland definitely benefited from playing us, after England, that we put a lot on tape, that they were able to take advantage of. They also had their own scare kind of against Japan in the week earlier. So, that they shaken off some of the rust in that game. And we're obviously looking to make a statement with this one. So yes, a lot of factors going into it. Again, I think the 2 matches were just really great prep for the Eagles ahead of the really important match against Canada coming up, who also didn't look very good against Wales. So, you take what you will from that game. They definitely, it's tough to see a scoreline like that, but it's great experience overall, especially a lot of younger guys on that squad. And Ireland came ready to play. But no final thoughts other than just excited for the last week here, especially in the Eastern Conference. NOLA unable to take care of business against Seattle, getting that huge upset for the Seawolves. Looked really good against the Gold. So Rugby United was able to take care of business there, beating a beatable Houston team. So it'll come down, I think, still to this Rugby United and NOLA match here, but both teams kind of coming into the match with different trajectories.
Yeah, NOLA needs to beat New York, if I'm not mistaken, by over 20 points and keep New York from getting a point.
Definitely a lot on, more on NOLA Gold's plate in this one. It's probably a huge relief for Rugby United to be able to come in and just not have to worry about that and play their game.
And each team's getting a bunch of bodies back from those international tests. So it's a great way for the league to end the season. You know, you've got all these possibilities still happening on the final week.
It's going to be a great round to watch. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, kid. That's this week's Zach Attack, the big play breakdown with Zach Lanning. I'm Matt McCarthy on behalf of Zach. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. But in the meantime, please check out our other segments, including the Rugby Odds, featuring WWE Hall of Famer John Bradshaw Layfield, the world's best sports bettor ever in the Philly Godfather, and Rugby's Gift, Gift A Bailu, our Major League Rugby show, martial law. And please sign up for our Rugby Wrap-Up Red Cross Blood Donor Team.